We're continuing our study on integrity in use of time. So we're going to be reading a poem this time, and kind of a summary of this poem is, how does a youth become a grown-up? And so there's two people that are each asking this question. The first kid is a boy, and the second kid is a girl. In the story, she's called Lassie. And they're both asking, what's the quickest way for me to become a grown-up? I see all these different ways that people could do it. What's the quickest way for me to do it? And then the guy gives an answer to each of them. So see if you can pick out some of the ways that they're asking about in this poem. All right, Grown Up Land, from Harper's Third Reader, edited by James Baldwin. Good morrow, my bright-eyed lad. Now, what may your trouble be? Good morrow, he answered me, sober and sad. Here is sorrow enough for me. Say, which is the road to Grown-Up Land? The shortest, kind stranger, I pray. For these guide-boards all point with different hand in a dreadfully puzzling way. This says, by the town of saving a cent. Another, just follow your natural bent. This points to the road of wisely giving, and that to the turnpike of truly living. A fifth straggles off, here to Leapfrog Town, and the sixth climbs the mountain of high renown. These lead to the byways of bat and ball, and the highways of courage and know-it-all. Then there are the crossroads of play and fun, and the post roads of duty and things well done. Oh dear, how can a boy understand which way is the shortest to Grown-Up Land? Don't fret, my lad, for the roads you see have been traveled by many like you and me, and though each road has a different name, to Grown-Up Land they, all of them came, and hour by hour, my boy, you'll find that little by little they drop behind, till almost before you know it, you stand on the breezy hilltop of Grown-Up Land. Good morrow, my lassie, with sweet face so sweet. Where are you going with your flying feet?
Good morrow, she answered with wave of hand. I'm off in a hurry to Grown-Up Land. But I wish you would show me the shortest way, for these guide-boards I'm certain will lead me astray. Just think, one says 'tis a stitch in time, and another through the smiles and tears. This says it is only by uphill work, and that by the flight of years. Another says play, and another books, and another just dance and sing. And this one says help, and that one hope, and this care in the smallest thing. Oh, the roads are so many, who can understand which is the best way to Grown-Up Land?
Don't worry, my lassie, with eyes so blue, for whichever the road that is traveled by you, it will carry you forward until you stand on the sunlit hilltops of Grown-Up Land. And lassie and lad run off in glee without so much as good day to me, and in Grown-Up Land, whatever their way, they will meet together on Big Folks' Day. So, the point of this, kind of the synopsis, the summary, how does a youth, what's the quickest way for a youth to become a grown-up? And so the first boy, he's saying, by the town of there's different paths down this road to get to Grown-Up Land. And lots of different paths. So one of them says, go this way to the town of saving a cent. Is money going to get you to being a grown-up? Another one says, just follow your natural bent. Do you get to Grown-Up Land just by whatever you want to do? This points to the road of wisely giving. Do you get to Grown-Up Land by giving? And the turnpike of truly living. Do you get to Grown-Up Land just by enjoying life? Another one says to Leapfrog Town. Do you get to Grown-Up Town just by getting ahead, by getting better than other people? Another one says by the mountain of high renown. Do you get to Grown-Up Land by becoming famous? Or by the byways of bat and ball? It's kind of like baseball. Do you get to Grown-Up Land through playing sports? Or by the highways of courage and know-it-all? Do you get to Grown-Up Land by knowledge and just knowing a bunch of stuff? Another one says by play and fun. Do you get to Grown-Up Land just by having fun? Another one says things well done. Do you get to Grown-Up Land just by doing a good job? And so the boy here in the first part, he's just stressed out. He's really anxious. What's the fast way to get to grown up land? And the answer in this poem is that it's not by any one. It's not like one is wrong and one is right. Don't be anxious about that. You get to grown up. Everyone's going to get to grown up land. Don't be anxious about it. Don't fret about it. You're going to get there. But it goes back to the verse we were talking about at the beginning of the week. What is on your heart? What do you just love doing? What are you passionate about? What are you excited to help other people to do? Take that road and get to grown up land that way. So then the girl, the lassie, she has other things, other ways that she's seen that you could get to grown up land. She says, through smiles and tears, by being happy or being sad. It's only by uphill work. You got to work hard. The path of working hard, does that get you to grown up land? By the flight of years, just by getting older, does that get you to grown up land? Play or books, by playing or education, does that get you grown up land? Learning, just by dancing and singing, just being gleeful, does that get you to grown up land? Helping or having hope, does that get you to grown up land? Another one, care in the smallest thing, paying attention to detail, does that get you to grown up land? And she's all stressed out. She doesn't know how to do it. And so he basically tells her the same thing. All these things are going to lead to being a grown up, to getting to grown up land. Don't fret. Don't be so anxious about it. Everyone's going to grow up no matter which path they choose. So don't be anxious about it. Choose the productive, valuable things that you like to do, and that way will get you to grown up land.